What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the basement. Today we're going to be doing a once over the Diamondback Obsidian. Now this AR-15 has been on the market for quite some time now. We did a review on it a long time ago. But today we just want to bring it back to light, put it back up in the the radio waves or whatever the internet uses, and kind of talk about it some more. Before we do though, we got to say a few things. First, you should go check us out on Discord. It's a great place for like-minded people to communicate about firearms, life, whatever it is. We have a good time over there. Link is down in the description. When we get to 500 Discord people, we are going to do a giveaway. So we're at 300 and something right now, so we're doing pretty good, but more people the merrier, so we'd love to see you. Second thing, you should go check us out on Instagram. Instagram's the best place to follow us for awesome gun photos, up-to-date stuff on like improv deals and whatnot. I like to throw that stuff on the story, so go check us out on Instagram. And then last but not least, you go check us out at basementoperator.com where you can find cool stuffs. And then also all of our merch is going to be over there as well. So if you want to find any basement operator stuff like this pretty sweet shirt right here, this is a part of our first drop that we ever did. So you should go check us out there. All right. And, if you want to sign up for the, notifications for when the drops happen, you can do that there as well. We really appreciate anybody that supports us. It's not mandatory by any means, but every little bit helps, and we appreciate all the supporters that we do have. Song recommendations, then we'll get into this rifle. Song recommendation is from Architect's Chandelier. I love Architects. Hunter thinks they might be a little bit too hard for him sometimes. It's because he's a puss. But go comment down below what you think about it. I really like the song, and I think it's a great listen. But, everybody has their own opinions, I suppose. And then go give us a recommendation, because we'd love to hear what you have to say about it. So, let's talk about the Diamondback Obsidian. First, I do want to talk about Diamondback as a brand. Diamondback Firearms, we'll go ahead and point out the bias here. They did send this rifle out at one point in time. They don't know I'm making this video, but I've had Diamondback Firearms. I think the first rifle I ever bought. I bought a Grendel, and from then I really had really good luck with it. Some people do, some people don't. I have had really good luck with Diamondback Firearms as a company and the products that I have used and shot. So I'll go ahead and say that. I think they make a very good introductory to mid-level firearm. So if you're in that market, I think that this or other products from Diamondback are worth the look. The guys over there are great. They're down in Florida. I've met with them all. They seem like really great people. So there's that. Now, the Diamondback Obsidian is one of their newer lines of AR-15, which is, they really recently had a Diamondback Obsidian that came out that had Knight's Armament barrels in them, which were really cool. I thought that was a really neat thing. They debuted those at SHOT Show. These things MSRP for $1,200. I don't think that this rifle is a $1,200 rifle. I think if you could find it like set 6, 7, 8, that's usually where I think that this thing comes into a justifiable type of rifle. Just my personal opinion. And I think you can find it for those prices, actually. Let's talk about it. Some of the notable things that I really like about it is mag pull, CTR, and grip. That's kind of standard, though. Ambidextrous safeties are really nice. I find myself using this one a lot when I shoot like this, more of a slow shooter type shot. Keeping my thumb out on that side instead of doing a grip like that. So having the ambidextrous safety is one of those things that I really like. Another thing I like is it does have an ambidextrous mag release. So, depending on what side you want to drop it on, but it doesn't have anything for the bolt catch. So the bolt catch is just a tad bit oversized, the bolt catch, but it is what it is. Nothing crazy on that. It does come standard with FIREARMS Warhammer charging handle. No radian, but it works. It's one of those things that, I'm not a super big fan of them. I don't like how thin they are. It's not a functionality type thing for me. It's more of a, I just don't like how thin they are. I like the feel of the radians better. I don't know if it's because they're thicker or whatever it is. But that's one thing. Another thing that I don't necessarily love is how thick this rail system is. So, to credit where credit is due. Full Picatinny across the top. QD points right here and right here. And then it has an anti-rotation lockup, which is really nice to make sure that you're not, knocking it loose or whatever. But I just don't like, I think, the look of it. I think it's an in general thing for me. And I think as I've developed as a shooter, as I've developed as a firearms enthusiast over the last few years, it's just one of those things that I think has come into fruition, or I've came to deal with. So I'm just not a super big fan of the aesthetic of it. It is a very thick rail. It's a beefy rail, but you know, there's pros and cons to that. Some people like that because it keeps your hand away from the barrel and it heats up slower and like yada yada yada. You know, one of those things is usually when I'm shooting, it's usually just getting hot. Anyway, I don't really notice the difference that much in the rail in terms of, you know, the girth. Go comment down below what you think about the rail. I'd love to hear what other people think of the aesthetic of it, and then also functionality, if it matters to you how it looks or how thick it is. You know, neither here nor there. But that's one of the things. Another thing I'm not too keen on is the brake. This is one of the things I usually swap. I'm not a big fan of brakes on 5.56 AR-15s. They just beat the ever-living shit off you. You know, I'm putting a suppressor on it. That's what, you know, ends up ultimately happening to all these guns, is they get suppressed because I hate noise. So that's an easy swap. And an A2 flash hider, which I think works perfectly fine, are super cheap. So that's not a big deal. So overall, there's definitely bit more pros than cons for this rifle. This is more of an aesthetic thing for a lot of stuff for me. In terms of reliability and shooting, we've had no issues whatsoever. Sparky loves this rifle, and you know, it's one of his favorites, so there's that. But overall, if you're looking for a Diamondback, I couldn't recommend the brand enough for, you know, their customer service, their ability to produce quality firearms. At least the ones we've had no issues whatsoever with, and we think really highly of them as a entry-level to mid-level manufacturer in AR-15s. So with all that being said, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button if you found this video useful. Go check us out on Instagram and Discord. Links will be down below, as well as basementoperator.com. We really appreciate all the support you guys give, and we'll see you guys on the next one. As always, take some outdoors. Peace.